Hello and thanks for joining us. Welcome to Novatech University's Vertical Training Seminars. I'm Larry Bohumer. Today we're focusing on what we refer to internally as the fire market. And this is not the fire trucks that you know well, it's actually the financial, insurance, and real estate market. We put them together because they have a lot of common traits and they often have a lot of common issues as well as benefits that are gained by IoT solutions. The goal here today is to provide some basic information about this market without really trying to sell you on a particular product or service. A little bit about Novatech. As the slide mentions, our mission is to help customers deploy their IoT solutions in many ways. This differs from customers, but it may include things like providing flexible financial payment options, also providing world-class pre- and post-sales technical support assistance, and even providing some logistical services to help ease the burden of deployment. We obviously do this to make money, we're not going to lie about that, but we also do it to fulfill a vision of helping customers figure out the complex world of IoT and how to make it better their business. I've lumped all these together, as I mentioned, because there's a lot of commonality to the group. Bank branches, insurance offices, and mortgage broker offices often have similar needs and concerns. Many of them deal with money on an everyday basis, so obviously there's a lot of security issues. They obviously are white collar groups, and they often have a lot of similarity concerns. As well, this area would encompass things like ATM machines and remote workers, such as financial salespeople and insurance adjusters. Like many other spaces, this area is seeing a lot of increased pressure from technology, primarily the financial technology companies. This will definitely affect their overall sales, but drastically can reduce their overall margins as well. People want and they definitely need to trust banks. So one of the main concerns is obviously that their data, and which is basically their money, has to be secure. And also systems need to be available at all times when a customer wants to use them. As you can imagine, banks have extremely large communication costs, and they're always also trying to find ways to increase worker productivity. I think we all think of banks as branches, but more and more banks are moving locations to temporary buildings or offices at third-party locations. Using wireless is definitely, as a primary connection, is becoming more common in this space as it allows for much quicker setup and lower costs. Customers simply won't stand for their services not being available. Most companies in this space who have been a little more progressive have started to use wireless as a way to back up all key services. In addition, many of them have been using cellular for years to replace legacy landlines due to things like out-of-band management of their main servers. Again, we tend to think of banks as being very static in terms of location, but as I mentioned, more and more of the work is done remotely. Giving their key people who are out in the field access to information from their vehicle or from the client's home definitely allows them to become more productive. This includes people like insurance adjusters and mortgage brokers. Finally, using simple monitoring to help track customer traffic, let you know the status of your machines, such as your bank machine, as well as how comfortable the environment is for your customers, will definitely help you improve your overall customer service. Finally, keeping track of your vendors, such as the cleaning crews, will definitely help to increase productivity at location and help the bottom line. As I mentioned before in many of these webinars, there's probably a dozen different benefits that can come from the right IoT solution. So we're going to try and list a few of them here. More than ever, people simply expect things to work in this day and age. Banks will benefit by having the main lines as well as all their servers backed up at all times. They're also, as I mentioned, under attack from smaller financial companies and technology itself. So they're always looking for ways to improve their customer service, as well as they're always looking for ways to reduce cost. And this often includes their overall communication cost. Finally, they need to make sure that remote workers can access the key information, but only if they can do so very securely and reliable. So these applications definitely allow for that. Well, I thank you for listening today. We look forward to having you joining us for a future webinar. Bye now.